right, today we're tackling something huge. We're talking about fundraising, but more importantly, we're talking about getting off that exhausting, never-ending hamster wheel. We're going to explore a completely new way of thinking that can replace burnout with actual sustainable success for the causes you care so much about.
So let me just ask you this and be honest. Does fundraising feel like you're on a hamster wheel? You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You plan, you push, you collect the money, and then poof, you're right back at square one, starting from scratch for the next season. It is absolutely draining.
And that feeling is perfectly summed up by this quote from Dr. Tia Jolie Phillips, the founder of Web3Fundraising.com. Burnout isn't a badge of honor. It's a red flag that the system is broken. Let that sink in. If you're feeling burned out, it's not on you. It's not about a lack of effort. The problem is the broken, outdated system you're being forced to work within.
So here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to really look at that fundraising hamster wheel, pinpoint exactly why the old models are broken, and then introduce the next generation solution. We'll also meet the experts behind it all and lay out your simple, clear path to get started with smarter fundraising. Okay, let's dive right in with Section 1, the fundraising hamster wheel. It's time to get real about the frustrations that make this feel like such an impossible uphill climb. I'm guessing this list is going to look painfully familiar. You've got donor fatigue from asking the same people for money over and over. There's a real erosion of public trust because nobody knows where the money is really going. The methods are inefficient, the overhead is high, and all of it leads to one thing: total incomplete burnout for your staff and volunteers.
And look, this isn't just a feeling. The data backs it up. Back in 2000, about 2/3 of all households in the U.S. donated to charity. By 2018, that number dropped to less than half. People's expectations have changed. They want transparency, they want to see impact, and the old ways just can't deliver. So you're fighting harder for a smaller and smaller piece of the pie.
So let's get even more specific in Section 2. We're going to pull apart why these old models are so fundamentally broken. And we'll use a perfect example: the product fundraiser.
Ah yes, selling stuff. Cookie dough, wrapping paper, candles, we've all been there, right? But here's the dirty secret. When you actually sit down and run the numbers, the math just doesn't work. Not for your organization anyway. This chart says it all, and honestly, it's pretty shocking. Let's say you sell something for $5. Your organization, after all the emails, the collection, the distribution, you get to keep $1. One. The other 80%, $4 whole, goes straight to the vendor. You're doing all the work for a 20% cut. It's just not a good deal. It's clear we need a massive shift in thinking. Just look at this comparison. Legacy fundraisers are one and done, hard to scale, and offer zero transparency, which is a recipe for burnout. The right kind of fundraiser, a perfect fundraiser, is the exact opposite. It's built for recurring income, designed to scale, totally transparent, and makes the work feel light, maybe even joyful.
Which brings us right to the good stuff. Section 3, the next generation solution. Okay, we've talked enough about the problem. Let's talk about how to fix it with a brand new approach.
So what exactly is next generation fundraising? It's actually really simple. It's about using smart, modern digital tools to cut out the waste, bring in radical transparency, and most importantly, build a real recurring stream of income for your organization. It's about better results with way less effort.
And remember those pain points we talked about? Well, this approach tackles them head-on. Worried about donor trust? You get transparent ledgers where everyone can see where the money goes. No more guessing. Worried about volunteer burnout? Automation does the heavy lifting, so your team can focus on what matters. And that one-and-done cycle? It's replaced with a system that builds on itself, gaining momentum over time.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Web3? That sounds complicated. And here is the absolute best part. You don't need to become a tech genius or learn a bunch of confusing jargon. The system is designed to handle all that complexity behind the scenes for you. It's powerful on the inside, but simple on the outside.
So, who are the people leading this charge? In Section 4, let's meet the expert guides who built this solution from the ground up, the founders of Web3Fundraising.com.
The founder is Dr. Tia Jolie Phillips, and her background is just incredible. We're talking about a former Air Force pilot, a world-traveling entrepreneur, and a high-tech strategist who is deeply committed to building systems that put power back in the hands of the community.
And her co-founder is Dan Phillips, the business architect. He brings decades of real-world financial and operational experience managing multi-million-dollar budgets for schools and businesses. He knows how to make big ideas work on the ground.
Together, they're this amazing combination of vision and practical execution.
But you know what? The most important thing about them is this. They get it. They've been in the trenches just like you. They've coached the teams, they've worked with the schools, they've felt that frustration firsthand. This isn't just a business for them, they built the exact system they wish they'd had for years.
Okay, this all sounds pretty great, right? So let's get to the most important part, our final section, your path forward. How do you actually do this? The good news is they've made it a super simple 3-step journey.
It all starts with step 1. Understand the why. Go to their website to really dig into why the old ways are obsolete. Then, once that clicks, you're ready for step 2. Discover the what. You can download their free next-gen fundraising playbook, which lays out exactly what needs to be done. And if that all makes sense, you're ready for step 3. Learn the how. Just schedule a discovery call, and they'll help you figure out how to put these strategies to work.
It really is that straightforward. Your first step is waiting for you. Just head over to the website right there on your screen, web3fundraising.com. That's where the journey begins.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. What if your next fundraiser wasn't another sprint that leaves you exhausted? What if instead it could actually build momentum? Real, compounding momentum, not just for this season, but for many, many years to come.
That is the promise here. It's about building something that lasts. The future of fundraising is here, and it's so much better than the past. Thanks for watching.